G'day Church at Enfield. I want to just start by thanking you for your prayers. Thank you for your love for one another, the way that you've been concerned for each other within our family community here, and also how that's overflown into our local context and community. As you're well aware from the news, from the most recent update, even this morning from the Prime Minister and the Health Advisor, the coronavirus is continuing to spread, and it's spreading at a really pretty rapid rate. They're worried about how this is going to affect things over the next 6 months. And so, as they've said within all these reports, the best way to stop this or to slow this spread is through things like social distancing and minimising non-essential gatherings. And so by doing so, they're hoping that would actually flatten out the growth curve of this pandemic. And so as a church community that is called to love on one another and to love on the world in which we're in, we can do that through supporting our healthcare systems, through minimising contact with one another and through social distancing. And so it's in light of this that through a stack of prayer and consultation and consideration that we have made the proactive decision to suspend physical Sunday gatherings for at least the next 3 weeks. We're going to be moving church to online and streaming it, and we will be reviewing this over the coming weeks and continue to communicate with you accordingly, depending on what happens over those coming weeks. This decision also applies to other ministries that would physically meet on site that run through the week, unless you are advised otherwise. Online options are being looked at all for these, and so you're going to be receiving specific communication from your ministry leaders with further details on this over the coming days as we get clarity, as we try and get our head around this and what this means for us as a church. In the midst of this, I want to encourage you to still remain calm. The world is a chaotic place as we head out, as we see all of the mania and the stuff that's going on because of these times. And in so many ways, the world is being shaken up. But I would encourage you to keep a 30,000-foot perspective of all of this and remember Him who is actually over and above it all, and continue to express faith and trust in our incredible God and King who is still ruling and is on the throne on high. I see this as an amazing opportunity for God to do something new amongst His people, to shake us up a little bit and get us outside of our comfort zones and to change the way in which we operate as we're forced to do things differently in a way that have not been done before. And so in light of that, I think of Isaiah 43 verse 19. God says, He says, "See, I am doing a new thing here. It springs up and you don't perceive it." He says, "I am making a way in the wilderness and streams to flow in the wasteland." He says, "I am doing a new thing." And so I pray that in the midst of this, we would be encouraged and excited to see what God might do in us and then through us in this world through this shaking that is occurring. So as a result of all of this, we're going to be holding church online at 10 a.m. You'll receive further information about what that'll look like and then how to gain access to that as we consider this over the coming days. And we'll be working hard to make sure that that's actually accessible for everyone. You could engage in this in a number of different ways. You could worship at home by yourself. And certainly if you're feeling sick or you're at all a little bit unwell, then we would encourage you to do so in that sense. Otherwise, it might be very appropriate for you to get together as a small group, to watch and to worship and to participate online together. Through this time, we're going to be seeking to stay as connected as possible and looking at ways to still stay connected, but still prioritize the health and safety and well-being of others whilst being appropriate or practicing appropriate social distancing. Just as I finish, I suppose I want to let you know that if you are in any way feeling isolated, if you're in any way feeling afraid or vulnerable, or you know someone who is during this time, then we have counsellors available at Lifewell who are available to speak with. We would love for you to make use of this service and to even refer people to this service. And so you can do that by contacting the church office. the details are online or on the Facebook page, or contact Jenny McKee and arrange that. We are committed to making sure that people are cared for and still connected through this time where it's possible there will be isolation occur, and we want to minimize that happening and make sure we can really gather around one another, just in different ways. And so we're still looking forward to gathering together with you on Sunday, this Sunday the 22nd of March at 10 a.m. as we stream things online. We're putting the Stuff That Matters series on hold, just as I finish that off. I'll finish that off after Easter as we talk about justice and mercy. And instead this Sunday I'm going to be speaking from Psalm 46, and an incredible message of hope that we have a confidence, can have confidence even though everything is falling down around us, because we have a God who is still on the throne. And so please keep an eye out for further communication on that via email or even text message. We're hoping to by the end of this week, and we look forward to engaging with you and worshiping with you there. But for now, God bless. We're continuing to pray for one another, and that God would be glorified even in the midst of all of this. Thanks.